I'm Maddie from Matt's Crochets and welcome to my channel. So I decided to finally start a YouTube after months and months of my friends, convincing me to finally do it. So we're here and I'm gonna go over my market results from my most recent market as my first video. Enjoy! Alright y'all, so it's about 5:44 right now and I just did my mock setup. So mind you, tomorrow's event has a 8-foot table they provide me, so I only have my 6-foot table right now to do like the mock setup on, but basically bear with me, it's gonna look a lot different tomorrow, you'll see in the video, but I just wanted to like get a layout and see how much I have. So right now we have the tier shelf, which I usually have like my cats on. I do want to try to make a few more cats tonight, we'll see. I have drift up there, and then we come over here, we have some ghosts on a swing. We got bees, a ghost, looking very empty. I do want to figure out a way to add more. We have all my little guys, which I do little turtles, sharks, whales, jellies, stingrays, and we got these little pocket frogs. But yeah, so we got the chickens, crows, we got mushy pops, I almost said mushy boys, mushy pops, candy corn, some mini ghost, we got a hippo, we got a fruit hat ducky, shout out to Morgan, we got a candy corn guy, made this elephant today, we got good old anchor on top, another big drift, penguin, we got a, what am I thinking of? A ghost bear. We got good old Cowboy Rex, but he didn't have his little outfit. I didn't have time to make it. We got the pink turtle. What else we got? We got the big chicken, mouse. I always like to include my sign warning about safety eyes in case, there's young children with their parents. I do have some items like this guy, as well as some of the chickens and I think some of the little guys, yeah, like the shark, that have the embroidered safety eyes, just to have options for people. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. Take a little bit of a step back. And yeah, so again, I'm going to try to make a few more things tonight. But we got the good old Matt's Crochet sign. Don't mind the mess. But yeah, so I'll check in tomorrow with the setup at the actual event and show you guys. Alright guys, so I ended up making another drift in blue, another orange cat, and another little ghost. So this is what the booth is looking like. Again, I'm gonna have an 8-foot table tomorrow, and this is just a 6-foot table, so everything's kind of swooshed together, but it's just a mock setup. Anyways, so I'm gonna clean up and pack my car for tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Alright, back to present day. We're gonna go over what sold and I guess what didn't. So for what sold, the first item to actually sell was a ghost, the normal size ghost. I brought 2 of those to the market and both sold for $10 each. So I wanted to make sure I brought some spooky items, but as it's coming to the end of fall, I didn't want to bring too many because, you know, like, you don't want to have like so many left over for the winter markets because not many people are shopping for fall items then. But I ended up making another while I was there just because they sold so quick, but that one didn't end up selling. So technically 2 out of 2 sold, but I would say 2 out of 3 sold. The next item I sold was a penguin. I brought 1 and it sold for $15. The next 2 items were 2 mini sharks. So that pattern is from All From Jade. She has mini jellies, mini whales, mini octos, and then she has this shark pattern. So 2 out of 2 sold for $6 each. I brought a colorful drift. It was made with Burnett blanket yarn, the blue one. The mystical Burnett is what that's called. I sold 1 out of 2 of those for $20. I also sold 2 mini jellies for $6 each, and I brought 5 in total. Actually I sold 3 mini jellies. I sold 7 out of 11 mini turtles. Those were $6 each as well. 6 out of 9 loaf cats. And I ended up making 2 more while I was there because I was crocheting while there wasn't any customers. And so overall I had 11, but 6 of those sold. So then we had a stingray sale. I brought 4 of those, only 1 sold for $6. I brought 4 bees, 1 sold for $10. I brought 2 candy corn, both sold for $8 each. I brought 1 candy corn guy, so it had the arms and the legs, and that sold for $20. Some mushy pops, I only sold 1 out of 4 of those for $8. And last but not least, I sold a whale for $6. And I brought 6 of those, so only 1 whale sold. So I would say for best sellers, definitely the mini turtles. If you're gonna go to a market, and especially if there's kids, you want to have a item that's kind of priced lower, just because a lot of parents don't want to spend, say, $20 to $30 on a plushie, right? So if their kid's coming up saying, I need something, they're gonna want something that's like, you know, lower price. So I like to have a lot of options like in the $6 range. So I bring mini jellies, mini octos sometimes, mini whales, mini stingrays, and the mini turtles. Mini turtles is the best seller, so I'll definitely make sure to put that pattern up here in the pattern creator, give them credit. Next best seller was loaf cats. We all know everyone loves cats. I have 4 of them. But yes, definitely bring loaf cats as much as I get sick of making them. They're one of my best sellers. Yeah, I mean, mini sharks sold pretty well. I would say, like, if you're gonna go to a market, bring what you want to bring, you know? But if there is a lot of kids running around, just make sure that you're bringing stuff that's, you know, priced good and what you think is gonna sell well. That being said, we'll go over the totals for yesterday. And so I take payments of Venmo, Cash App, Square, and I also take cash. So yesterday we ended up getting $137 in cash and $129 in Square. The fees for Square were $4.17. So yes, using Square you do have fees, but I highly recommend getting even the free little Square thing that plugs in your phone, because at the end of the day, people want to use a credit card. And when I didn't have one, people were constantly asking like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, so like, can you get one? And I'm like, actually I can. So I finally got one, but now I do have the $50 tap one you can get, business expense. Highly recommend. So overall, drum roll, we we made $266. So from 11 to 4, it's not that bad. Have I had better markets? Yes. Will I say that it was a bad market? No, because I met new people, I got my business out there more, and it was a free market. I didn't lose money. Like, if you think about it, I earned experiences and everyone was so nice. You have to take chances, and even if it's not gonna look at, like, if you're looking at it and you don't think it's gonna be the biggest event ever, at least take a chance and go to it. And if you're just starting out, don't spend $100 to go to a market. Don't go to all these big things thinking you're gonna sell a lot, because I did that, not starting out, but towards the beginning of me selling. I've been selling for 2 years now in markets. It just came up. My 2-year anniversary was beginning of October. Yeah, I started out at like some free ones. I did some like $20 ones. That's where you should be starting out. Don't spend $100 going and then you end up feeling sad and like upset when you don't sell and make back your fee. You want to be able to like look back and be like, oh, I made money, not I lost this much and only got this much. Like, I barely made my fee back. I think you have to look at it and just like, you know, take chances, but also understand that it's not going to be $1,000 markets every time. Have I had some like that? Yes. Had I had some where I'm only making my booth fee back? Yes. Everything like works out for a reason, and now I have more inventory for the end of the month. I have 2 in a row next November 8th and 9th. I don't have to be working myself like thin, you know, wearing myself thin to make my inventory now. Did it kind of suck not making $500 or $1,000? Yes, but it's okay. But you just have to understand that. But anyways, overall the market was a pretty good success. I met a lot of new people. I also saw some familiar faces, some vendors I already knew, which was great. The weather was amazing, but this one you're kind of inside of a barn, so it's pretty nice, so you don't have to be outside setting up a tent. You only have to really bring your setup stuff. So like when it comes to like your table, like you bring your plushies, and you also bring like, I have like these wooden crates from Michael's and a few other things that I put on the table, like baskets. I would say, like, if you can find events that do this, highly take advantage, because it's so much less work on you. I mean, I got Mr. Mads to come with me all the time, and highly appreciate that man. But you want to have it so, like, it's easier on you. If you don't have to bring a tent weights, wagon, all that stuff, like, it's making your life a lot easier. So highly recommend finding events like that. Also, if you can find free events, because I forgot to mention, but this event was free. People had to pay to get in because it was like a festival in a way. But for us vendors, they support vendors and they want us to be able to sell and make money without having to deal with the fees and stuff, which is so thoughtful of them. So as us vendors, we got in for free. So everything that I made from this event was actual profit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a comment on how I did for my first video. Hopefully the editing is okay. I don't know how it's gonna be. I haven't edited yet. But yeah, thank you so much to my crochet friends for convincing me to finally start a YouTube channel, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!